Greetings to you all. Welcome for this program with Elevate Voice TV, and this program is discovering your potential. We are always here weekly, and I'm so glad that you're always tuning in. You're always checking on us, and today again we are back here. Thank you so much for tuning again. You started this sometime back, and I believe that something is adding on. Something is adding on. You are dealing with a few things each and every week that you tune to us, and I'm so glad that some people are giving in their ideas. Some people are asking me questions, and that is so good because it makes me believe that people are actually getting interested and some people are benefiting from this. It is my joy. It is my joy when I get feedback. Last time I think I got feedback from around 2 people, and that was so good. I was so happy with that. So there is this that we have been talking about. We have been talking about this, what is called fear. We have been talking about fear, how some people have been telling us how fear overcame them when they were trying to discover their potential, when they were trying to do something new, but fear came in. Fear came in. So there is this question that has been moving around. Fear. But why is fear there? Why does it come? Because you already know yourself, you already know what you want, but why should you be with fear again? Why should you be with fear? So this question has been moving around, and that is why today we are going to talk about this fear. We are going to understand what it actually means, but also how to overcome it so that you reach your goals, so that you reach what you want. That is what we are going to talk about today. So what is fear? Fear is an emotional response to a perceived threat or uncertainties. When something happens and you want to pursue something, you want to start up something. So there are these questions that come. Like I said, that these are just perceived threats. It's actually emotional response to perceived threats. Something that keeps coming. Like this thing, what if I fail? What if I don't make it? But what will people say? What if things don't go well? So these are the things that keep coming in your mind. You keep asking yourself, like, if I succeed, will I manage to handle the pressure? This thing has a lot of pressure. How will I sustain? What if I change and lose what I have now? So these are some of the questions that keep running in your mind, and they come as a result of fear. And actually, they are the ones that bring fear, those questions. But you will need to deal with them. So you realize that you have fear of failure, fear of judgment by people, of course, fear of success. We also have fear of success. You like, if I succeed, will I manage the pressure? Will I manage that pressure? Everything that you start. Let's say you start something. Let's say you're planning to be a leader somewhere. Let's put, for example, a political leader. Put that this question. Now, I'm using an example of fear of success, fear to succeed. Now, if I make it there, will I manage the pressure from my community, from the people I am leading, when they give me a hard time? Will I manage pressure from other politicians, from the government, from work, doing things? There are a lot of mixed things in the community right now. Talk of corruption. Sometimes, even when you're not corrupt, someone can see you like you're corrupt. Sometimes when you're doing something, people will not see enough of what you're doing. So if these things come to your mind, they bring fear. They bring fear. And sometimes you even fail to do it. You even fail to do it. But one of the very important ways to overcome fear is to actually acknowledge the fear. You acknowledge that, yeah, this is there, this fear is there. You acknowledge it. That is one of the most important ways. Acknowledge the fear, and you even name it. Say, yeah, now this is the fear. The beginning of overcoming fear is acknowledging the fear, because you already know that this is a fear that I need to work on. Let me tell you something. When you realize that this is a fear, you are most likely to realize that it is just assumption, because actually fear comes from assumption. You are just assuming something. It's not the reality. Yeah, you just think that I won't make it. You just think that you're going to have pressure. But what if you don't? What if your skills can actually overcome that? What if the way you deal with things, your strategies, are going to win up something? So you realize this is just the mind. And that is when you know what to deal with. What to deal with will be no more the fear, but now the mind, because you are struggling with. That is when you change to be positive. That actually I can win this. Actually I can do this. Because you will have acknowledged that, yeah, fear has come. Then you challenge the narrative. You challenge the narrative. You know, if this is just an assumption. This is just an assumption. Then you challenge it. So you ask, so what could be the worst thing that will happen? When you ask such a question, what could be the worst thing that happened? The moment you get the answer, you will realize that even that thing that you think will happen is a small thing. That is because you will have challenged the narrative. Then what you need to do is you start small. The moment fears come, start small. You said, if I start this business, will it work? Won't I make losses? When people criticize me, let's say family members, friends, and things on, hey, will she really manage the business? Will she really handle? Will he really handle those things? So such other questions that bring fear. Now, when such things happen, and you already realize that, yeah, people are talking, yeah, I'm fearing to lose, I'm fearing to get losses, but what if I actually get profits? That is a way of overcoming the narrative of failing, a thought of failing, a thought of having lost. You say that, what if? You challenge and say that, what if I actually make profits? Yeah, so it's a two-sided thing. It's a two-sided thing. So that moment, when you have overcome that narrative, you have challenged it that way, knowing you when the negative is coming, the negative thought is coming, look to the positive side. Bring the positive side. Yeah. The thought of getting lost comes in. Then you say, what if I actually get profits? The thought of people disturbing you, then say, what if actually people fall in love with it? What if people appreciate it? The part of people complaining comes and say, what if people actually love it? What if people's life are impacted? What if something great comes from this? That's a challenge. That is when you just start small. Just start small. Just start small. Just start small. So courage doesn't mean leaping into the unknown blindly. Just start small and consistently move, yeah, in a very stable movement. You go slowly, but you're sure. You know, when you have a fear of getting lost in something, you just start small. And when you start small, that is when you actually realize that, yeah, this can actually work. That is, you're getting the profits. And you realize, yeah, this can work actually. Then you get, its importance is in giving you more courage. Because when you're seeing it's working, that's when you are motivated to advance. You are motivated to add more. You are motivated to invest the more, because you will have realized that you can actually make it. So that is how you realize that, yeah, this can work by starting small. By starting small, it gives you a motivation. And before you know it, your business has grown. Your project has grown. Your project is doing so well because you have overcome fear by starting small. And starting small is important to give you the courage and more confidence, but also give you more picture. Now, another thing, I've already talked about the picture. Now, another thing is visualize success. Spend some time imagining what life looks like if you succeed. Put in your mind, I don't know if you guys do it, a me time. I call it me time, so you can call it you time. A time for yourself, a time you can just have that quiet moment to do evaluation, but also to imagine, yeah, how life would be if you succeed. Now, that is when you imagine the greatness before you. You imagine how great you can be if you succeed in that particular thing. You can imagine how beautiful it will be if you succeed. How a lot of people will be helped. How the community will benefit. How you will as well develop when you succeed in that. So that visualizing of success is something that is very important, because it gives you the strength to continue. It gives you the strength to continue with a lot of hope. Imagine you see them like, actually my life can change if this succeeds. Actually, this community can change if I succeed in this. Actually, my family members can even benefit if I succeed. If you imagine that, if you visualize that, my friend, you will not fail to start. You will not fail to continue, because you already have a picture of what is before you. You already have a picture of the greatness before you. You already have a picture of the benefit of what you're starting in. Visualizing success, it is very important. That only happens when you sit down in your quiet time and imagine the future. What if I succeed? I need you to try that. When you try that, you will get very high motivation for what you want to do, and you will overcome that fear. Yeah. And then another thing is reframing failure. When you see failure, something that is coming as a failure, use it just as feedback. Use it just as an idea of what you can overcome. You need to see failure in a different way. So you see, when you're seeing a failure, you're seeing something that can be a failure. You can realize that, yeah, so this will happen when this has happened. So that is when you're going to overcome that. Let me tell you, every mistake is a stepping stone to success the moment you realize it. And it's important. And now imagine, before doing the mistake, you already think about the mistake. So you even overcome the mistake before you've done it. That is how important visualizing success is. That's how important evaluation is. I don't know if you got me well there. Let me repeat this. Every mistake is a stepping stone. It helps you to reach to success. But imagine visualizing, thinking about the mistake before you've done it, and you even overcome it before it has happened. How beautiful is that? I need you to try that. You're going to realize that you overcome mistake from the mind before you've done it. And that is something that will help you for a lot of things. It will help you for a lot of things. Then I need you to as well surround yourself with positive people. One thing I don't like is negative people. There are a lot of negative people in this world. A lot of negative people around us. Always discouraging. They only see the negative thing to tell you. They only tell you, man, this thing is hard. Man, I've seen this person fail. No. But what if you surround yourself with people who have succeeded and they know the art of success? When you start, they'll tell you, wow, that's great. Actually, you are going to make it. Surround yourself with people who are positive, because you realize those ones who are negative, they have not succeeded in anything about that. But whoever speaks to you positively, they have knowledge. So that means you need to surround yourself with such people. The people you stay with can make you be like they are. So if you are staying with people who are negative, you will as well be negative. So that means your fear is facilitated 100%. So you keep there because you are surrounding yourself with people who are negative. But when you are surrounded with people who are positive, your fear is troubled. Your fear is stepped on. Because they will give you positive ideas. They will also educate you. Yeah, they will also add you. That is why you need to keep around, because they will give you ideas like, now this thing you're supposed to do like this. So this thing works so well. Yeah, you just need to do this. You need to do this. You need to do. Please look for people with knowledge, not people with nothing that they know. Look for people with knowledge and stay around them. That you're going to go ahead, you're going to move so far. Then the last thing is take action. There are a lot of people who have died with ideas in the mind because they never start. So why should you have an idea in the mind, a vision in the mind, and you just sit on it and you do nothing? Take action. That vision will never come to pass if you don't start it, if you don't take action, if you don't get on the ground and take action. I've heard people say that I love this, I want to do this works so well, I feel like doing this, but they don't start it. And let me tell you, if you don't start it, it will never happen. So take action. The moment you've done all these other things and you've surrounded yourself with positive people, take action. That is the beginning of your greatness. Taking action. Do not sit on what you have as a vision. No, fear doesn't mean you should stop. I'm just summarizing. Fear doesn't mean you should stop, but it means you should pause, assess, and proceed mindfully. So when fear comes, do not stop, just pause, assess it. That the time of assessment will help you to realize that it is just the mind. Then now you proceed mindfully, knowing that yeah, I can make this. So whatever you're doing, whatever your vision is, whatever your passion is, whatever you have in the mind, whatever you have at heart, start doing it. Get on the ground, start the work, start the work. Trust me, you are going to testify about this. You're going to testify about this. I am so happy for you that you are going to start on your visions. You're going to start building something and it will work. Thank you so much. I am so happy. Thank you so much for tuning again. Continue tuning for this program. Continue checking on us. Like, comment, subscribe. And don't forget weekly to check on us. You're going to learn a lot. So we have still a lot of things to be talked we have a lot of things to talk about, and these things we are not talking to nobody, we are talking to you, and we need you to always tune. Thank you so much. Have a blessed time. I love you all.